best FIFA 18 tips. Check out FIFAsolved.com.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another FIFA 18 tutorial. This is the counter-attack guide as voted by you in the previous poll that I put forward to you. This is an advanced guide, so you want to watch it all the way through from start to finish. If you could like and share, guys, this one has also taken me loads of weeks to put together in between the first touch and other tutorials. It really has taken me a long time, hence no upload in a week. I prefer like quality over quantity though, that's what I'm going for. So yeah, you seem to be loving these well explained, informative videos anyway. I know they're 10-minute long, so you like the 10-minute long ones for some reason instead of 5 minutes. But there's tips from start to finish in this, and you'll be a counter-attack king by the end of it. So tip 1, there's no better place to start than the custom tactics. I've already done a counter-attack custom tactics video. I'll put a link in the description for that, but you can also just type it in on Google or YouTube. I think I'm the first result, so you can go and check that out. I did earlier in the year. In there I cover the best formations, personnel to use, and obviously the custom tactics and player instructions. But here it is when I've done it earlier in the year. I'll link in the description, but you might want to know my team at the moment. I know I'll get these questions, so I just thought I'll chuck it in there for you anyway. I actually using player of the month Kane, Salah and Son up front, an informed Son. I use Rashford now and again, and Sterling and Mertens, so I mix it up. But this is normally my number one squad that I use, what you're seeing on screen now. Overmars comes on at half time, so does Martial, Matic. As for the player instructions, I have all front three at get in behind. You don't have to copy this. You can watch that video. I even said that you didn't have to do that in that video, but I just prefer to do that. But you can actually tell them to run up, so you don't necessarily need that. I have Son as press back line, and I have the back four as aggressive interceptions. It's just my personal preference. But in case you want to copy me, some people like copying, the YouTuber and stuff, and putting exactly what they put. So in case you wanted to copy me, that's exactly what I have. I had a 4-3-2-1 formation, which I didn't give a bigger shout out in that video earlier in the year. What I did is I tested it for a couple of months, and I fell in love with it. It's amazing. I really didn't give that a big shout out in that custom tactic video. There's loads of other formations I recommend to use in that video, but in it I didn't really give this a big enough shout out. It's one I use. It's the formation I use, the 4-3-2-1 with the left forward and right forward. It's absolutely amazing. I've really come to grips with it, and I think it's amazing for counter attacks. I really do. Moving on to tip 2 now. This is a very unusual one. You might not have seen that often, and I like giving these tips out. It's about throwing. When goalie's got his gloves on the ball, the throw, you might notice a normal terrible touch. Well, with this throw, all you've got to do is hold RB down on the Xbox or R1 on PlayStation, and the pass button is pretty much the driven pass controls. And what this does is it throws it to his feet, and you can control it much easier and get it out of your feet easier. You see I'll zoom it in here with Dembele, slow it down, look at that, perfect to his feet. With the normal throw, without holding RB or R1, he sort of chests it, takes a really poor touch. You're vulnerable to interceptions from high pressure players, and this really helps. Look at this, and Dembele gets on the end of it. That's all started from me throwing it to Dembele. You can really start a counter attack from this throw. Also, to go with that as well, you want maybe to use the radar, especially for this tip 3 one, because it's sort of on the same lines. It's booting it, and it's the exact same controls, guys. When you boot it normally, it goes in the air to their head. With this one, look at this to Overmars, straight to his feet. Again, you might need the radar for this. Same controls, holding RB down on Xbox or R1, and obviously though it's the cross button, X on Xbox or square on PlayStation to boot it, isn't it? But this goes to their feet or to their chest. Sometimes it goes to their head, but more often than not, it will go to their feet or to their chest, because it's a lower trajectory of the boot, as Dembele I feel should have got a penalty there. But you see with this one, it does actually go to Son's head, but I still did this RB one. It's a lower trajectory. You see the way he kicks it, it's slightly different, it's lower. Whereas Kane will be able to handle the normal kick, because it's a more aerial one, using your head. He's got aerial threat. But players like Sterling and Son and Rashford, who are small, as Son starts and finishes that move off, it really helps them out because it's a low trajectory. And as I say, the radar will really help you. I don't use radar, but in case some of you guys do, you'll be able to see if the wingers are free. Something to take into account, long passer trait with Ederson. You can look up other goalkeepers, but I think that might help with the kick as well. It's something to think about. Moving on to tip 4 now. And this is the threaded through passes. Obviously you're going to do through passes, and a lot of you know about that, but I've done a threaded through pass tutorial already. I've done an advanced through pass tutorial. In my opinion, my most underrated video this year. If you like my tutorials and you're maybe a new subscriber and haven't seen it, go check that out. It's an in-depth tutorial just like this one, and it really is underrated. Hardly anybody has seen it, and I'm quite disappointed about that, because that took me about 2 weeks to put together. I tell you about the timing with through passes, getting goal side and all these types of things. You want to go and check that out on the channel. I'll put a link in the description for that one as well, the advanced through pass. But go check out my threaded through pass if you don't know how to do these. And what these involve is with the threaded through pass, you kick the ball, you pass the ball further in front of the player, so you utilise pace. You don't even need players with pace for this. Look at this, it's in front of Overmars. 95 pace, there's no one even near him. Players like Kane can benefit from this. Players who haven't got pace, because you're faster without the ball than with the ball, remember. And you know, as I do a threaded through pass here to Overmars again, just latches onto it, it absolutely destroys it. If they've got pace, it destroys them. And I sell the defender and the goalkeeper with a fake shot there and put that in the back of the net. Yeah, the threaded through pass for players like Salah, Overmars, you know, all these fast players, Sterling that I've got, it's insane. It really is. Mane on the ball here, threaded through pass to Overmars, clean through. It's like sometimes you can do a one pass. You ever notice when they do one pass and it takes your whole team out of the game? It's probably a threaded through pass they're doing. And you need this, all this formula that I'm giving you, all these tips, you need it. Salah's making a run here with Kane. I'm just going to do a threaded through pass. He's in line. You've got to make sure, look to see if he's onside. He's onside there, Salah. Look at this. He's not catching him up, and it's in the back of the net. I'll actually show you one more time where Salah actually takes his first touch. There. That's where he touches it for the first time, and then I just cut the angle and finish it into the top left hand corner. But you need this whole formula together. You can't take anything out. It's like baking a cake, okay? You need, that's where, I'll give this example, I'll just say this quickly. Rashford, I should have done a threaded through pass there. I actually get away with it because I did a ball down to Willian and I put that one away. But really, at this point here with Dembele, I should do a threaded through pass because Rashford would be clean through. No doubt about it. So it's picking times. You'll get used to it, when to do the threaded through pass, when not to do the threaded through pass. It's best to do it from just about inside your own half. But yes, like baking a cake, you don't want to take any of these things out of your game, guys. You want to, everything I'm teaching you in this video, you want to put it all together for counter-attacks, because this is all the armoury you need in your locker for counter-attacks. You need a threaded through pass, you know. Even them tips with the goalkeeper are good to start counter-attacks. Tip 5, the 1-2 pass, OP. This is probably some of the goals that might have been destroying you this year. It's the most overpowered thing on the game, in my opinion, to get players to run up. This is all about options. Wrong option, he's marking him. I'm turning that way, but I'll do a reverse pass up to Lamela, and Lamela and Son take care of things here. I'll pass it down to Son, and with Son here, I'll do the 1-2 pass. See, he gets on his bike, and I'll pull this back for you. So all you do with Son here, I'll put the controls in as well, is we're just passing it up to Lamela, and then we're tapping LB afterwards, or L1 on PlayStation, and that tells Son to run up. And you'll see the motion I put in here for you. Here, look at him. And now I even zoom it in, pass, move. And then you just do a simple through ball with Lamela to Son after they pass and move, and it's in the back of the net. This 1-2 pass will destroy even the best of players, even pro players, guys. I'm telling you, they do not like it. Here, look at this example with Overmars. Pass it down to Sterling, LB to tell him to run up, or L1 on PlayStation. I'm not done there though. With Sterling, I'm going to pass it up to Overmars, LB to do the 1-2 pass, you know, and then tell Sterling to run up. So I've got a horde of players running forward. Well, Overmars and Sterling, but they're both fast. And I pick my right time to do the through ball. That's appropriate. I cut the angle and finish it into the top right hand corner. You know, you want hordes of players running forward. There, Sterling to tell him to run up with the LB button, and he gets on the end of it in a triangle. The 1-2 pass to tell your fast players, your front three to run up is so important. Tip 6, why do you think I did a first touch tutorial just before I did this one? It's because it had to go with this counter-attack one. I didn't want to say, oh, I'm going to do a first touch tutorial soon, guys, and do the counter-attack one first, as we let the ball run there with Son. It's important, because you need first touches with your front three. This is what's going to get you your goals as well. And it's like baking a cake. I said, do not take anything out of this formula. You want all of this in your game. Every single tip I'm teaching you. And as I said, I've done my first touch tutorial. Look at this touch from Jesus. Gets it out of it. Oh, brilliant. I did a first touch tutorial, literally my previous video, guys, so you want to go and check that out. I'm sure most of you have seen it though, so you're all ready and good to go with that one. And tip 7, the final tip, and I want to talk about some other things as well when the video ends as well, some other tips I'm going to throw in. But fast passing. Fast is good, remember, with counter-attack. You know, I've got the custom tactics to 90 plus with the passing, build-up plays. All your horde of players are going to move forward as soon as you win the ball back. That clip I put in to basically say about you know, don't overuse skill moves but use them at the right times, and it just comes with practice, guys. You want to slow it down. Here, I'll slow it down. You don't always have to go fast. This is sort of a slow kind of counter attack, but then there's times when to build it up. I'll show you an example. I think it's the next one about slowing it down and then going fast. It's obviously you want to go fast every single time, but here it's kind of slow. It's slow, and now I pick the pace up. Bang, bang. Look at that. And then Jesus, I did with the second pass there. I told him to run up with the 1-2 pass, and it's in the back of the net. You can just, up the intensity and the tempo now and again. But sometimes you can just do one ball and then they're clean through. As you see, there's just 2 balls here and Rashford's through. You do want to do fast passing. You want to get counter-attack the player as quickly as possible, but sometimes it's not possible. So you don't want to give the ball away. Here, in this example, I'm passing it, 1-touch pass. Every player just has 1 touch and then I'm passing it. You watch, 1 touch, 1 touch, 1 touch. Kane, 1-2 pass, tell him to run up, back to Kane, and it's in the back of net, low-driven shot. 1-touch football is what you want to do, guys, and if that's not possible, take tempo down and then back up again, and here's the complete goal. No touch dribbling, first touch with Kane. Tell him to do the 1-2 pass, Kane runs up, gets on the end of it. And that just proves you don't need pace, guys, with that last clip. If you rewind that last clip, I wanted to say it as it was going, that very last clip with Kane, you don't need pace. You can go with a target forward, because with the 1-2 pass, they run up, and if you time your through passes right, they will run up. With a target man, don't take the mick. Don't use Fernando Llorente or anyone like that, or Mandzukic. But at the same time, use someone like Kane or Lewandowski. They've got a bit of pace, but they're not got blistering pace, okay? But Llorente and players like that, they have got no pace. You don't want Ibrahimovic or anyone like that. You want a Kane or Lewandowski. But really, you can go with a front three with full pace. It's just I use Kane because I like to protect the ball and I like to build up plays. He's good for building up play and headers and stuff. But there you go, guys. That is it. That's a complete formula. I'm going to end it now because it is getting to about 11 minutes long. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date. If you could like and share, as I said, guys, and I will have another tutorial for you soon. I'll leave another poll on my YouTube channel and Twitter so you can vote for the next video. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you for that.